All right, guys, it looks like we are live and everything is running perfectly smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the 50th live stream. This is the 50th weekly trade review. So big progress. We've been doing this for 50 weeks and only 4 more weeks to go. And we've been doing this for a whole year. And that is really exciting. A big milestone on that front. Unfortunately, also on this 50th weekly trade review, we hit probably one of the biggest speed bumps that I have hit in my trading career and also in some other aspects of our company, because we had actually a major hack that not just froze all of our accounts and not just some of my personal accounts we had to freeze, but also our business accounts that we use a lot of cash flows. We make a lot of payouts, so we had to freeze some payouts as well. There was just a lot of ripple effects because some of our email accounts were compromised. A lot of our financial accounts were compromised if it was our crypto trading accounts, or if it was some other accounts that I don't want to disclose. Anyway, we basically had to put a lot of things on hold because of that and had to, get everything back on track. The worst part about it was the fact that I was actually traveling and I was not able to get access to Wi-Fi as much as I needed. I also wasn't able to use my phone, and not because I don't have an international plan. I actually travel a lot and I do have an international plan just because I travel. It works worldwide, unlimited data, yada yada. However, the day of the hack, my phone actually stopped working, and not just the phone, but the SIM card. So I can do almost all the verification things that I had on various platforms. Now my phone's not my only verification device. I have a few other systems in place, especially now after the hack. But it was just pretty much the perfect storm when it comes to being hacked. It was a really, really bad situation. Hack is bad, one thing. Two, the purely location that I was at was really non-beneficial for the hack. I don't know if that was maybe planned. I don't know. And then three, we lost a certain amount of money that was not so great. Luckily, not all of the money, and we had decent amount of risk management in place where we were able to mitigate some of our losses. However, there was definitely a significant amount of damage done, and let's just say ballpark figure, $20,000 we lost, just give or take. I have a lot more information on that, even in terms of where the money went and what so much. I'm working with Coinbase and some other parties to try to figure this out. We have the decent amount of information. I might make a video on all that and the investigation, all that stuff a little bit later. But right now, that's kind of where a lot of my focus is. And unfortunately, all of my trading accounts are frozen. And I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to trade again, at least crypto, at least in terms of the next week, maybe another 2 weeks. I don't know. I couldn't really give an answer to that. So that definitely is a bit of a blow, especially to this channel, especially to just my love for trading and all the hard work that we have been doing for these weekly trade reviews and for the students and just everything. It has put a few things on hold a little bit, temporarily. So where do I begin? So I guess in this weekly trade review, in terms of right now, we're still doing some housekeeping. This weekly trade review, I'll review the 4 trades that I was able to do before all the accounts were frozen. So we'll have a little bit of trade review. We'll also be reviewing the charts a little bit for upcoming trade ideas, because the market has been going crazy and you only get markets like this once or twice a year, which has made the hack 1,000 times more painful to me, because one, you lose money, whatever, you can make it back, even though we've been working so hard to build up those funds. So yes, losing money was extremely painful, but also I think even more is just the fact that we can't really trade at the best time of the year. That is extremely painful, because this is really what we've been waiting for. It's like if somebody was practicing for a race car, they're a race car driver and they've been practicing for a race, and then that day of the race, I don't know, their car gets stolen, or they I don't know, hurt themselves and they can't race. It's like, wow, we just been practicing so long for that day, and then now we can't race that day. That's kind of how I feel right now. Whatever the car's gone, whatever the money's gone, but really the trading opportunities that we are missing right now are almost more painful. But that's fine. We'll get over it. So we'll analyze some charts as well for some upcoming trading ideas, and then hopefully within the next few days, next few weeks, ideally days, we'll be able to unfreeze some of these accounts and set up proper additional security systems in place to mitigate any potential future hacks like the one that happened. I also will be probably coming out with a video or videos about how to secure your accounts even more, because there's a few things that I learned and a few mistakes I would say I made in how I secured my accounts, because all of my accounts had double authentication, but there's different types of double authentication, and let's just say not all of them had the best types. So we'll probably be talking about that in the future as well. What else to talk about? There's so much things going on in my mind, and I'm just so happy that, well, I'm not fully back yet to Berlin. I'm still in Kiev, and tomorrow's my flight to Berlin, and there I will finally have all of my trading desk, all my setups, and that'll be really nice. So I'm really excited to do that. And just really kind of focus on all the trading. I got the morning watch list out today again, because while I was traveling, I just was lacking consistent Wi-Fi. So sometimes I would get it in a short burst. I would get a few things done, but for example, make my morning watch list were extremely difficult. I wasn't able to check the charts and have a video going and then uploading that video. It just didn't work. So not to mention the last few days I've been working so hard on the hack things that I just couldn't really focus on the chart. So I took like additional 3 days off of that. So there's just been a lot going on in terms of where my mind has been. So I can't wait to get everything back on track. And ultimately, I really think this is probably going to be one of my last vacations in a while. So just because with trading and traveling, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I did it for many years. It's never been a problem, but I would say traveling and YouTube, traveling and making videos, traveling, focusing on the students, traveling and working on the company, traveling and trading, it's like all those things combined makes it very difficult, right? If I was only traveling and trading, I think it's extremely manageable. But there's so much going on 24/7 that I need to focus on, and it's hard for me to just be offline for a couple of days. One, there's so much to catch up on, and two, everything kind of starts falling apart, and I don't really like that. So maybe in a few years I could think about retiring or something like that. Ideally, I probably will never retire because I just enjoy what I do too much. But right now, for the next few years, I really just want to be focusing on the main things that, one, I love, and two, I want to hit certain milestones before I maybe stop the weekly trade review videos and things like that. So it's kind of the goals I set out for myself. I just want to really focus on and get those, just kind of do everything that I want to do for myself. So I'll probably be cooling down the traveling just a little bit, even though I feel like every month I'm in a different country or something like that. But and I kind of work abroad too, so it's harder to do than to it's easier to say than to do. But I'm going to be working really hard on just saying no to trips. What is the next thing? Let's I guess review some of these charts. No, let's review the past trades. No, wait, take a step further back. Let's review Trade Journal, because Trade Journal is we're working really hard on making a cloud version of Trade Journal, and I want to show you guys how the Google Sheets works, because first of all, the Google Sheets are amazing and they're really fun to use. Let me switch my screens here for a second, and then let's bump over here to to my kind of trading screen. It's so weird to say. And let's have a little overview of kind of what happened last week. And first of all, let's just zoom in a little bit to make this view a little easier for you guys. Boom, this is 110% zoom. So hopefully you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Let me just move over a little bit to the right. Okay, cool. So this is the overview for what happened last week. So Monday, we had two nice trades. Well, actually, Monday we started off with a loss. I don't know what's been happening, but every Monday I have a loss. My first trade of the week is a loss, and it's between $100, $200, sometimes $300. I don't know, like yet last week I started off with a $219 loss, but then all the rest of the week I basically make it back, and then end the week really strong. Last week we ended with $2,300 profit. The week before $1,000 profit. The week before $759 profit. The week before that $2,280 profit, and it's mostly from day trading. So here you can see. Monday we had $77 profit, and the next day we had a $40 profit, and then $119 profit that I made in a bus. It was so cool. And then after that, on Wednesday, we froze our trading accounts because of the hack that was going on. So now I don't have any access to my trading accounts in terms of being able to actively trade them. So that's kind of where we left off. I was only able to make $243 profit this week, simply because I wasn't able to trade the rest of the week. And actually, you could almost say it was more of like a $20,000 loss this week, simply because we lost some funds. But this, I want to keep really focused on trading, or else there's, if I want to throw in all sorts of variables, it's just way different. So let's just focus on that. And then let's go ahead and also start the next week. So yeah, guys, this is just one of those unfortunate things. It's one of those kind of shit happens moments. You really, you can only plan so much. You can only be so safe, and sometimes really bad things happen, and that's kind of what happened last week. So yeah, I'm pretty upset about it, but I'm more or less over it. It's just, I think the thing that bothers me is just the how everything is on hold right now, and how I'm just waiting on a lot of third parties to kind of get the ball rolling again. I think that's a little stressful for me. It's just how much I have to wait on things right now. So let me go ahead and, so yesterday, Monday, okay, wait, hold on, let me clear this. Today is Tuesday, so today's the day of the live stream. It was supposed to be yesterday. Also, guys, I want to apologize for that. I know yesterday was supposed to be the live stream, but yeah, I couldn't really do it in the airplane, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the new week. We have everything set up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading this week at all, so our weekly average will probably be going down to $600. We are so nicely on the way to that $700 weekly average to $800-900 weekly average. So these 2 weeks are definitely going to put us back. We might even have a third week that's going to put us back, but we'll see what happens. Either way, our trading average will definitely be hurt because of this as well. But whatever, shit happens. I think in the future, later on in this video, we're going to be talking about the charts a little bit more, and there's just been so much exciting information going on, so I can't wait to review that with you guys. So we did a little bit of housekeeping. I kind of told you everything that's been going on. I want to make kind of some specific videos for exact topics that I kind of mentioned just very briefly. Also, based on questions that you guys have for me, I know in the Discord private trading chat room, I've already had a bunch of questions come in, and I will be addressing those, some of them personally and some of those in videos, to hopefully share some lessons with everyone. So that's a little bit of housekeeping. It's just kind of the current situation. We had the Trade Journal stats overview. And by the way, guys, if you have not already made a tradejournal.co account, or not necessarily account, but if you joined this waitlist, be the first to join. We are just asking a little bit of information about you and what your trading goals are and what you want to get out of a trade journal. Fill out this form, and I will personally be getting in contact with you probably the next, tomorrow, and then usually within 24 hours. I know I'm behind on a few responses just because of the whole traveling thing and hack. So I need to catch up on this just a little bit, but we're working right now on getting Trade Journal, the Google spreadsheet, basically turn it into a website. And I know you guys will love it, because this is something we've been working on for about 3 years, actually 2 years, improving the Trade Journal, really much longer than that. But at first it was always just conceptual. And then 2 years we improving the Google Sheets, and constantly getting feedback on that. It's constantly been active use. If you want to download the Google Sheet, just click this button right here at the top right. We have 3 editions already of this. Just go for the latest one because it's the best one. And yeah, this will be a cloud version, and definitely check it out if you have not already. Okay, enough with that. Let's talk about the top trades and biggest lessons of last week. And that is the 4 trades that I mentioned just very briefly. And let's just dive into it. So the first trade on Monday, like I said, it was a big loss. And this loss was, how do I explain it? It was just kind of unnecessary, I suppose you can say. It was a support, no, it was an ascending channel, right? We had an ascending channels, and ascending channels typically always break to the downside. So there's, you know, a crash, and then we have a few bounces, and then a secondary crash. What I was looking for was to sell near this resistance line, and that's, I had a limit order and I was just waiting for a little bit more of a pop. We didn't get it, and then the price crashed. I remember this. I was like, oh no, because I was up, you know, $150 already. I should have just closed out. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. Ended with a fat daddy little loss here, about, you know, 170 bucks or something like that, 172 bucks. What I should have done to kind of make up, or what I should have done on this trade, is simply get out of the trade. When we didn't break out here, that's a first sign that there's big selling pressure. We held here and we broke to the upside, and I was super stoked. But then this kind of this 5-minute moving average pushed us down again, and I should have just got out when the buying was weak, right? That's what I should have done. I remember I was packing actually during this trade. I don't even want to talk about it. I should have been more focused. I should have been really watching the price. And when I did see it crash, it was extremely hard to get out in any of this. So I wasn't able to get out till the price kind of bottomed out here and kind of bounced up a little bit. And actually, the price ran up after this. So it wasn't that bad of a crash. But you want to cut your losses quickly, because this crash could have been, you know, 5, 10, 20, 30%. You never know when the big crash is going to happen, because we've been running up so hard. And the big crash, let me just tell you, did happen. Not on this crash, but a few days later. So you want to be cutting losses quickly when price goes against you. So overall, this trade, I would do it again. I just probably would have took my profits quicker. My limit order was like right here, was so close to my limit order. Could have been, you know, a clean 200% if it did pop up, but I still could have made, you know, $100 in any of this kind of chop right here. So I should have done that when the price was weak, right? We're having a bit of a downtrend, and I should have not been so aggressive on this trade. The next trade, I really kind of made up for the trade before. It was a 1.42%